Good evening and welcome to tonight's meeting. I'd like to remind everyone to please silence your cell phones. Also a reminder, council meetings are live streamed and they are on the city's YouTube channel. I now call the October 21st, 2025 regular council meeting to order. The chair would entertain a motion to, by consent minute action, excuse the absence of Councilor Pollock. I'm going to get the first voice I heard. Moved by the Vice Mayor, seconded by Councilor Bond. Please cast your vote. Please record the vote.
With all councilors voting aye, the motion passes.
Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please read the consent minute approval titles.
Approving the minutes of the September 30th, 2025 special meeting and the September 30th, 2025 executive session.
Thank you. The chair would entertain a motion to approve the consent minute action agenda items just read. Moved by Councilor Haskins, seconded by Councilor Gamroth. Any abstentions? Please cast your vote. Please record the vote.
With all councilors voting aye, the motion passes.
The chair would entertain a motion to approve by minute action the September 30th, 2025 general bills and claims as audited by City Manager Lopez. Moved by Councilor Bond, seconded by Councilor Jensen. Any abstentions? Please cast your vote. Please record the vote.
With all councilors voting aye, the motion passes.
Thank you. Chair would entertain a motion to approve by minute action the October 21st, 2025 conflict claim as audited by City Manager Lopez. Moved by Councilor Bond, seconded by Councilor Jensen. Any abstentions? Any others? Please cast your vote. Please record the vote.
With Vice Mayor McIntosh abstaining and all other councilors voting aye, the motion passes.
Thank you. Tonight, we would like to welcome Liz Becker, Community Development Director, to the lectern to recognize the City of Casper planning staff and say a few words about the National Community Planning Month before I read the proclamation.
Good evening, Council. It's my pleasure on also in tandem working on grant applications so that we can have opportunities to bring additional revenue into our community to do outstanding planning. They also work with volunteer boards and commissions. Craig works with the Planning Commission. Beth works with the MPO technical and policy committees and with the Citizens Committee, which is a huge part of transportation planning. So they have these roles of true public engagement and knowing what these entities want. But they also do a lot of this work behind the scenes. Neither of them care to be right in the front facing. And so again, one of them is not here today because of that, but drug Beth, but I appreciate the fact that they, again, work behind the scenes, get the job done. And I do feel that Casper is the best planned community in the state of Wyoming. So truly, I am honored to celebrate Craig Collins' accomplishments as well as Beth Andrus's accomplishments during National Planning Month. So, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Well, with that, I would like to welcome Beth Andrews and
Virtual Craig.
And virtual Craig. Come on
And
up.
he does not know about this, but we're having virtual Craig.
We'll need to get a picture too.
Yep, gotcha.
So this is a proclamation for Community Planning Month. Whereas planning plays in shaping the communities that are safe, resilient, equitable, and prosperous, and whereas planners work to improve the well-being of all our people living in our communities by leveraging professional expertise, data-driven insights, and a long-term comprehensive vision for the future. And whereas planning is more important than ever as communities across the nation, including ours, navigate the growing housing crisis. And whereas planners are uniquely positioned to understand the impact across communities regarding housing and transportation, and to advise and implement reforms that increase attainable housing for all. Whereas we recognize and appreciate the dedication of our volunteer planning commissioners who are the icing on the cake for outstanding community planning and initiatives. And whereas each October, we join the American Planning Association and communities nationwide in celebrating the contributions of planners and the importance of planning in our daily lives. Now, therefore, I, Ray Pacheco, the mayor of the city of Casper, do hereby proclaim October 2025 as Community Planning Month in our community, and I encourage all citizens to learn more about the role of planning in shaping our community, and to join the conversation using #PlanningMonth. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the official seal of the city of Casper, Wyoming, to be affixed this 21st day of October 2025. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Beth, picture Craig, and virtual Craig. We'll use that term loosely. Now is the time we invite anyone in the audience who wishes to speak with the council to please come forward. This portion of the meeting is dedicated to the public to allow them time to discuss matters of public interest and to voice any concerns. We ask that you please state your name, direct all questions and comments to the mayor. No personal obscenities or threats will be tolerated. Council will not respond to any personnel matters. These will be all referred to our city manager. Councilors may ask clarifying questions, but if they choose to respond to these matters, they will do so during the scheduled council response time following communications from persons present. Presentations, as always, are limited to 5 minutes and no time extensions are permitted. Please note that public hearing and ordinances each have their own separate comment periods. Okay, we'll move on. Thank you. I now declare the public hearing open for the consideration of new microbrewery license number 13 for Oil City Beer Company, LLC. Acting City Attorney, do you have any exhibits?
Yes, Your Honor. I have exhibit number 1, correspondence from Fleur Tremmel to Zalima Lopez, dated October 1st, 2025. Exhibit number 2, affidavit of website publication, dated October 21st, 2025. Exhibit number 3, ad proof from the Casper Star Tribune, published on October 7th and 14th, 2025. And exhibit number 4, new liquor license application, filed with the city clerk on August 26th, 2025. And that's all of the exhibits.
Thank you so much. Madam City Manager, do you have a report?
Thank you, Mayor.
So we have received an application for a new microbrewery, liquor license number 13 for Oil City Beer Company LLC, doing business as Oil City Beer David Street, located at 225 South David, Suite 5. In case you're not familiar, that is the building that is shared by Frosted Tops and the Wyoming Symphony Orchestra. If approved, this license will not be issued until all required permits and inspections are completed post-renovation. The applicant plans to open by the end of this calendar year. Oil City Beer Company does hold another microbrewery license, number 7, located at 4155 Legion Lane, which will remain open. So this is in fact a second location for them.
Great. Thank you so much. Council will now listen to public comment. Public hearing comments are limited to 5 minutes and no duplication of speakers will be allowed. At this time, I would ask those individuals who wish to speak in favor of the new microbrewery license number 13 to please approach the lectern. Those who wish to speak in favor. Okay, at this time, I would ask those individuals who wish to speak in opposition to the new microbrewery license number 13 to please approach the lectern. Those who wish to speak in opposition. There being no one to speak for or against the new microbrewery license number 13, I now declare the public hearing closed. The chair to entertain a motion to approve the application for the issuance of a new microbrewery liquor license number 13 for Oil City Beer Company LLC doing business as Oil City Beer David Street, located at 225 South David Street, Suite 5. Moved by the Vice Mayor, seconded by Councilor Sweeney. Discussion by the council. Any amendments? Please cast your vote. Please record the vote.
With all counselors voting aye, the motion passes.
Please read the ordinance on third reading by title only.
Approving a zone change for Lot 1 of the Irma Addition subdivision in the city of Casper, Wyoming.
Thank you. The chair to entertain a motion to approve and adopt on third reading the ordinance just read. Moved by Councilor Haskins, seconded by the Vice Mayor. Council will now listen to public comment. Anybody who wishes to speak to this third? Okay, any? Oh. I was kind of moving a little fast there. My apologies.
Mayor, Kevin Everly.
Any questions? Yeah, go ahead, Councilor Gamble.
Thanks, Mayor. No questions. Appreciate you being here every time we did a reading, but sounds like recovery is going well. Looks recovery. Usually come to us in a boot, so hopefully, yeah. Hey, man, glad to hear you're getting better.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Any others? Okay. Any discussion from the council? Amendments? Please cast your vote. Please. Please record the vote.
With all counselors voting aye, the motion passes.
Council will now consider consent resolutions. Please read the consent resolutions by title only.
9A1, authorizing understanding between the city of Casper and the Casper Mural Project. 9A2, authorizing a non-exclusive access easement between the city of Casper and Eric L. Miller, Donna H. Miller, and Jack W. Miller for a 20-foot wide access easement located near Slash Road, Casper Mountain, Natrona, Wyoming. 9A3, approving the Wyoming Rural Public Transit Program fiscal year 2026 subrecipient agreement between the Wyoming Department of Transportation Local Government Coordination Office and the city of Casper for security improvements for the transit fleet yard. 9A4, approving the Wyoming Rural Public Transit Program fiscal year 2026 subrecipient agreement between the Wyoming Department of Transportation Local Government Coordination Office and the city of Casper for the purchase of a 16-passenger ADA compliant bus. 9A5, authorizing an employment agreement with Janine Jordan for services as city manager. 9A6, authorizing a contract for professional services with GovWorks Incorporated for the purchase of the Comms Coach QA and Train software subscription. 9A7, authorizing an agreement with the City of Casper and Hooked Up Towing and Recovery LLC for wrecker and towing services. 9A8, authorizing change order number 1 with Mandros Painting Incorporated for a contract increase and a time extension for the Sun 1 South Tank interior repairs project. 9A9, authorizing contract amendment number 1 to the agreement with Barnum Incorporated for construction manager at risk services for the North Platte River Restoration Isaac Walton Reach project. 9A10, authorizing a contract for professional services with WWC Engineering for design, bidding, and construction administration services for the Missouri Avenue Improvements Project. 9A11, authorizing amendment number 2 with GSG Architecture Incorporated for engineering, architectural design, bidding, and construction administration services for the Marion Kreiner Pool and Park Improvements Project. 9A12, authorizing amendment number 1 to the contract for professional services with Burns and McDonnell Engineering Company Incorporated for the CRL Lifetime Permit Application Project. 9A13, authorizing a grant agreement for the land and water conservation funds between the State of Wyoming Department of State Parks and Cultural Resources Division of State Parks, Historic Sites and Trails, and the City of Casper for the Washington Park Revival Phase 3 project. 9A14, authorizing an emergency medical services restocking agreement between the City of Casper and Wyoming Medical Center Incorporated, Banner Health, for the restocking and billing of emergency medical supplies used by Casper Fire EMS. 9A15, approving the alcohol inspection contract between the Wyoming Association of Chiefs of Police and the City of Casper, Casper Police Department, for the enforcement of alcohol compliance checks. 9A16, approving the tobacco inspection contract between the Wyoming Association of Chiefs of Police and the City of Casper, Casper Police Department, for the enforcement of tobacco compliance checks. And 9A17, authorizing a tolling agreement between the City of Casper and Gorgon Limited Liability Company to extend the timeline for the City of Casper to consider a petition for de-annexation of the Gorgon Hills subdivision from the City of Casper, Wyoming.
Thank you. The chair would entertain a motion to adopt the consent agenda items just read. Moved by Councilor Bond, seconded by Councilor Gamroth. Madam City Manager, do you have any comments on any of these items?
I do not, Mayor.
Thank you. Any abstentions or nay votes? Please cast your vote. Please record the vote.
With all councilors voting aye, the motion passes.
This time, we ask councilors to bring forward any relevant concerns or items of interest. We'll start with Councilor Jensen.
Not that I can think of. I don't think I have anything off the top of my head, so sorry to disappoint.
Oh, you're good. Councilor Bond.
About programming and future discussion. From is available on the health department website. Helpful at first. policies that help right, and it's also crisis. And then the other thing today was
Oh, Mike, your microphone's not on. Could you just start all over again? I'm, I'm just kidding.
I will spare you. Well, I can do that. Yeah. No, I'll spare you. Sorry to the audience. The other thing that was shared today was and this came from Nick's division, but the Youth Accessibility Council, trying to assemble a group of Casper teens to, first of all, evaluate the city of Casper's recreational facilities with a focus on creating a vibrant and inclusive space for preteens and teens to gather and hang out with friends. And so, I think it's the good example of the city's involvement and commitment to third spaces for youth. And I commend Nick and his staff for doing that work. There is a QR code, but what I'll do is maybe I can share this with Fleur to share with the other council members, but there is a QR code that if you know a teen or know someone who has a teen that you want to share that with you, I would invite you to do that. So I think that's all I have.
Great. Thank you. Appreciate it. Councilor Larson.
I guess I don't have much. I attended a Joint Powers Water Board meeting today with Councilor Sweeney and Councilor Pollock. It's pretty quick, business as usual, I would say. So nothing too groundbreaking, and that's really it. So
thank you. Councilor Haskins.
I feel like I've spent a lot of time in meetings, but I don't have much to tell you, which is weird. But we had an opioid oversight. That is not, anyway, we had the opioid settlement committee meeting. We started interviewing for potential, reviewing the RFPs and seeing where we're going to do that. I think we have another one Monday to discuss. And I had a health department meeting. Long and short of it, they got to do balloons at a hockey game. They're really happy with the city. And also the government shutdown has got them terrified for the greater majority of departments in their department for funding, including WIC. So hopefully that doesn't go much farther into November, or people are going to be hungry and sad. That's all I have. Let's just end on that note.
Thank you. Councilor Sweeney.
Really not much. I'd add SNAP to the list also, and that's really a critical across the state. I think 28,000 individuals that'll apply to. So also, I think this will probably be the last time where I could announce open enrollment if you're looking for insurance on the exchange. For ACA, then that open enrollment starts actually November 1st. And I think Councilor Bond mentioned 211, being that the Enroll Wyoming got cut during the Doge efforts. They're down to one and a half employees for the entire state. So we're recommending calling 211 in for better direction as far as during the open enrollment and possibilities. So it's estimated by the Department of Health that between 11,000 and 25,000 individuals in the state will probably not be able to afford without the enhanced premium tax credits, which Congress is fighting over, the Senate's fighting over currently. So on the government shutdown, but anyway, so that's all I've got. Thank you.
Thanks, Counselor. Counselor Gamroth.
Thank you, Mayor. I don't have much. As Councilor Haskins said, we had our advisory committee for the disbursement of opioid settlement monies yesterday, met for about 2.5 hours, interviewed 5 different groups who had responded to our RFP. So we had the opportunity to learn a little bit more about their proposals and ask questions. Like she said, we'll be meeting again next Monday afternoon to make some decisions about how we think that funding should be dispersed. And then I imagine the rest of y'all will probably see that in our packet materials that week or maybe shortly after. So that's all I got. Thank you.
Thank you. Vice Mayor.
Nothing from me this evening. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. I don't have anything tonight. I did tell council that I did want to make a statement tonight about some of my thoughts about some of the comments that I unfortunately read on Facebook surrounding the application process for the LGBTQ Advisory Council. I'm under no illusion that we have several people, a small group of people that watch online, and a small group here. But I think it's important that I make this statement only out of the abundance of the understanding of the dignity and respect of people. Over the past several days, I've taken the time to read the comments made online about the city's LGBTQ plus advisory council. And I'm going to be honest, they were very sad to see. Not because people disagree, because disagreement is a part of who we are and should be in our democracy. However, because of the tone and the sheer cruelty in some of the words I read, and the lack of basic compassion for one another. When I read those comments, I thought about what these advisory councils truly mean to do and what they meant to do. The LGBTQ plus advisory council, like our Council for People with Disabilities, exists to help Casper become a more welcoming, more just, and a more humane community. Their work helped to shape our city's anti-discrimination ordinance, a law that tries to protect all of us, no matter who you are. It protects people of different races, different faiths, genders, and abilities. And it clearly states Casper should be treated with fairness and dignity. I want to be very clear. This is not about politics. This is about basic human decency. We are a community that helps our neighbors shovel their driveways, that shows up for each other in hard times, and that believes every person deserves respect. And yet too often we forget that behind every social media post, every hateful social media post about people, that there is a human being with life, a story, and a heart. The truth is that polarization in our politics has crept into every corner of our public life. It is made too easy to divide, too easy to dehumanize, and too easy to forget that we share far more in common that separates us. So tonight, I have a simple ask of our community, that we need to be better. We need to be better to one another. That we need to lead with empathy. That we choose words with care and remember that dignity is not something we give only to those we disagree or only those that we agree with. It's something we owe every person that calls Casper home. Because at the end of the day, the measure of a community isn't how loudly we argue, it is how deeply we care for one another. I ask you to choose to be kind and to be the kind of city where compassion speaks louder than hate. The next council meeting will be a work session to be held on Tuesday, October 28th at 4:30 p.m. and a regular council meeting to be held at 6 p.m. on Tuesday, November 4th. A notice of an executive session to take place at this date and during this meeting was given. We have matters to discuss related to security. The chair would entertain a motion to adjourn to an executive session, and at the conclusion of that executive session to reconvene this regular meeting solely for the purposes of adjournment of this meeting. Moved by the Vice Mayor, seconded by Councilor Haskins. There are a majority of councilors present, and the motion to adjourn to an executive session has been moved and seconded, and the motion requires a 2/3 majority of the council present. Please cast your vote. Please record the vote.
With all councilors voting aye, the motion passes.
A greater than 2/3 majority of the council present voted in favor of the motion, and we hereby adjourn into an executive session. Thank you, everyone. Be safe.